All right. Hello, hello, hello. Time for another little stream session. Just gonna see if everything is live and well. Looks like it. Please shout if something looks to be out of the ordinary, if like the mic is off or the camera dies or something, because I'm on Linux now, trying that out, and I've had some yeah, it seems to not be super reliable for some reason. Um, yeah, actually, let me just test the sound. All right, how does this sound? Pretty okay, I guess. Maybe a bit too boosted. I'll just fix that. Yeah, I think this is gonna be better. This is like the OBS. This is like the OBS testing stream. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mm. All right. So we are, I'm trying to, um, I guess mainly just learn stuff. So what you see here is a code for a game. And the point of this game, I don't really know yet. I'm like exploring. But there is this thing I really want to do, which is make a. I was doing this like 9 months ago, and then I had a break or like loss of motivation because I ran into this wall in Godot where I felt that like, okay, the performance now is becoming a big issue and I don't have all the control I need to improve the performance. Maybe that was a combination of a lack of my knowledge in Godot, but also potentially there are some limitations. But who knows? But anyway, I lost my motivation, but now I'm back and now I'm using Rust. And just from the ground up trying to learn this language at the same time as I'm trying to build something. So you can have a look at what we have at the moment. So if I go in here, this was some debugging for figuring out why the camera freezes sometimes. So let's do cd rust. This game is called Grid Test for now. Or game and game. Yeah, this project. Let's call it a project. Okay, so it's a bit funny because on my screen that I have up here, my second monitor, which I stream from, I don't see this because it froze. That's a that's an issue I have with Linux. For some reason, sometimes the screen just freezes and stops providing me new images. There must be something with the drivers. Let's try to debug this. I mean, I'm seeing this because I have it cast to OBS. So maybe I can debug it because OBS actually captures this. Just need to increase the size of that window. Scale to window. Oh. So if I do close this. So I wrote something earlier to error. Let's try to solve this. It happens now and then. I don't know the pattern yet. Linux with NVIDIA. Just give some context, Asus laptop. I'm having a secondary screen with HDMI. For some reason, when I run a certain program, Bevy app made in Rust, it just freezes and the screen image remains the same, even though underneath I can see that the images are actually supposed to change. Why does this happen? This is the output I found from DS message. Oh, didn't I copy? I need to zoom in. Had issues negotiating the display signal. No, it's not in. It's not Intel, it's AMD. How do I switch to... I don't use Wayland. Okay, I need to give it more information. I use X11 and Arch. No, X11 should be enough. And have an AMD processor. I want to fix this once and for all. This is one of the reasons why I tried to program a bit with my Mac this morning, because my Arch setup is a bit flaky. I could try DisplayPort. Let me do that. I have no idea what will happen to the stream when I do that, but let's try. Might need to do some debugging here. Or I am gonna have to do some debugging here. I don't even know if my Arch Linux is gonna pick up the DisplayPort automatically. Huh, interesting thing is this thing lives still like as a separate screen, even though I'm not even connected now. Okay, that obviously doesn't work. Hmm. Oops. Hmm. My mouse keeps moving to my primary display for some reason. Okay, x rand r. Come on, this is so annoying. GP1 auto. Okay. But I don't see the image. Let's hope this works. I don't think it worked. Oh yeah, it did work. Just that now you don't see anything. I think I need to change the input. Yeah, you do see it. Okay, great. Nice. Oh, wait. Still getting used to the window management in Arch. All right, going over to Windows 6 here. And then let's create new workspaces. So this one goes to 2. This one goes to 3. This one goes to... No, wait, what's at 2 now? This one goes to 4. 6. This one goes to 2. All right. There we go. I hope this is not going to crash, but who knows? It's Linux. Just want to run it again. Now it didn't crash. For some reason, the frame rate has dropped. Yesterday when I did this, it was like 80, I promise. Anyway, so something that's really cool is that yesterday I I I optimized how long this takes to run the chunk generation. So yesterday it took 11 seconds, and then without changing any content or anything, just like how it's being executed, now it's down at 0.1 second or like 0.15. It's like almost 100 times improvement. So now it's like almost instant how fast the world is generating. I mean, it's a small world so far, but that was really cool. That was really fun, actually. All right, so now it's up and running again. Uh, let's try to play around a bit with something I found really fun yesterday was playing around with this like density function that decides how dense the world should be at different places, and then like up, down, like what's valleys or mountains and whatever. So yeah, that's what I want to do now. Play around with that a little bit. Because this is getting executed, I don't know how many times, but I think it's like for every group. So it's like 5 by 5 groups and then 16 by 16 materials. So how much is that? 5 times 5. How is it? How do you do power in Python? Is it this? Yeah. So it's 5 times 3. Um, times, or 5 power 3 times 16 power 3. So yeah, 500,000 times. This is getting executed. And in every chunk then, every chunk takes like, what was it? One millisecond. That's so fast. That's like 4,000 calculations in like 1 millisecond. Wild. Like it's more than 4,000 calculations because it's doing all of this 4,000 times in 1 millisecond. Hey Arch, how are you? I hope I didn't miss your message for too long. Long time. Long time. How are you doing? This is a part of the Rust syntax I don't know yet. Like, how do you create macros? And what are they actually for? I do need to learn it now though. Yeah. So yeah, I just went through it a bit, but I mean, it's more for me to have fun and just like learn a bit of more programming and like the math behind it and just, yeah, just exploring. So there's no game, um, so to speak, yet. Just like building up the mechanics of, again, like I did last time, like a procedurally generated kind of thing. I don't know if you saw it, but I can show it again what it looks like now. So this is what we have. It's just like generating a world with noise randomly. Um, and it creates these funky shapes. And my mission now, what I thought would be fun to play around with a bit, is the like how this is generated, the math that we use to create some cool shapes. Yeah. All right. So um, there is also a refactoring I want to do because right now, what was the name of the paint program I downloaded? Let's see which workspace is not used. Yeah, like in Minecraft, kinda. Yeah, exactly. That's a bit of a, I guess, an inspiration. But instead of using big voxels, I want it to be like an actual smooth world that feels more realistic. Um, but that turns out to be pretty hard to do. But it's fun. I like uh, learning about this stuff. No, what? Oh, there we go. Oops, what's that? No. Linux is hard. Uh, okay, there we go. It's a bit too big. So many options here. I'm gonna try not to lose track, but there we go. Um, all right, so right now the um, the the world is built up of. We can do this in 2 dimensions. What? What is that? Why is it red here? What the hell? What? Ah, it's like layering. What? That looks pretty cool, but that's the tint mode maybe. Yeah, that was the tint mode. All right. So we have chunk and chunk. And then we have chunk groups, or a chunk, yeah, chunk group. And then within the chunks, there are materials, which are like points in space. Material. And so right now, the chunk contains 16 to the power of 3 materials, and the chunk group contains 5 to the power of 3 chunks. Thing is though, I don't know if these dimensions are the best, or if I should simply... It's going to be a bit of a refactor though, so maybe I shouldn't do it now, but I was thinking of having these like pillars instead. So a chunk is like a pillar, and then you have like some kind of ground level. And then you could have some like caves or stuff going on underneath. And then maybe some mountains, but there is some kind of ground or sea level. And then you just have like air. This is a cloud in the top. And this looks like, like a pile of shit. But yeah, ground, caves, and yeah. Instead of having every chunk be like, so then this would be a new, oops, a new chunk. And then the chunk group would only have to be 2-dimensional. I don't know if it matters though, to be honest. do, do, do. Anyway, let's play around with this now. So that's why there is like a ground level here. So I've asked around a bit with my council of chatbots for some cool functions to use. Let's ask ChatGPT again. One second. How do I get back my mouse? Okay, never mind. There is this thing about layering, like octaves and stuff. Oh, I can't be doing new seeds every time. That's something I learned. Let's skip the cave stuff for now. Ah, that's what you do with the caves. You give them a different scale. All right. Above component, below component. What does this function do? Pow F. Is it power with a float? Rust pow F. Yeah. Oh, wait. If I'm going to make it an actual game with Rust later, we'll see if I have the motivation to continue. Let's see. I'm just exploring Rust at this point. Oops. Maybe I just need to do this myself. It's good with some inspiration from the bots, but I find it can be a bit. Yeah, it can give an idea of what's possible, but it doesn't give the full picture, that's for sure. And it's not like a. It's not necessarily the solution I'm after that they are providing. This is something I was recommended to use by them. I don't understand what it's doing, so I will remove it now. So this is what it's going to look like without it. It's going to look a bit weird. I mean, I don't really care which language I use. I'm just trying to find it's nice to learn system programming languages because they are a bit more powerful, and you also, yeah, I think you can just, it feels like you can just do more. Um, I'm a bit hesitant to go into C++ because how a lot of people are talking about it as if it's on the way out. And I mean, maybe I don't care about that, but that it has a lot of issues. Uh, but at the same time, it would be a bit fun to learn it, to understand, but by myself, like what the pros and cons with it are. Um, yeah, so here we can see an artifact of the cutoff at the ground level is too sharp at the moment, because as we go below this line, density is increasing faster. Above it, density will be reduced, but at a slower rate. Should be the opposite though. Now it's behaving. Hmm. No, it was that's what I wanted. I wanted to reduce faster above ground because I want there to be like a certainty that there is going to be air pretty fast above ground. But I want caves. I think this is for the caves. So basically what I want to happen is right now, if you have, let's say this is ground. No, wait. Color the pieces. Yeah, that is possible for sure. I think that would be a bit. Yeah, it's a good idea actually. I will think about it. So let's say um, I want it to be, I don't know if this is like a proper graph, but like right now it's doing something like this. That's why you have this border. But I would like it to have some kind of cutoffs like here and here, where I'm just thinking out loud now. So it could do like this, and then until this point it would like be a little bit curved, and then it would be straight. Which mathematical function can give me this? So maybe the sigmoid factor actually worked. Now I don't really know what does this do? Two. Okay. It's a non-deterministic function. Is that going to be a problem? Not sure. What are these things? They use something for this in machine learning, I think. These like ReLU functions and stuff. ReLU. No, that's not what I want. I'm gonna try to understand what this actually does. So, height relative to ground. So if you are uh, if you are above ground, this will be negative. So if you are like 1 above ground, this will be a half. And then a half, 2 to the power of a half is going to be 1 point something. And then if you're like 10 above ground, it's going to be minus 0.5. No, minus 5. 2 to the power of 5. That's going to be a lot. So that's going to be a high number. So then this number is going to become lower the higher you are. Yeah, Brave is a good browser. I like it. I don't know why I feel I don't have it today. Like yesterday I just got so much done. Uh we can okay, let's try to break the ice by or not break the ice, but break the writer's block by using some of this stuff then. If relative is above 1, what's a logistic blend? Yeah, trying to make not necessarily mountains, but just like shape the terrain. Okay, let me shamelessly copy paste this. This is similar to the sigmoid function, yeah, for an S-shaped curve. Relative K0. Okay, let's just do all of that. What's wrong? Uh, no, this is already an F32, I think. Wait, did it know that this was what I was gonna write? Cursor is pretty good. Okay, what's a relative? F64. Do we need F64? I don't think so, right? Oh, exponent needs F64. Actually don't know how to generate mountains, but I think you could make a vertex for each vertex. Then randomly decide a size for the mountain. I'm not really following. But this is all based on noise, like a noise map. And so if we don't do anything, it's just going to look like, yeah, noise shapes, um, whatever that looks like. And then we are messing with it a bit here. So we're not going to have like, or I guess you could do something like you're saying, because there seems to be, I don't understand it yet, but like something with caves. So you can create cave systems. If that's possible, you should be able to create. No, I don't know enough about it to say that for sure. We're mixing like F32 and F64. Okay. Why not? No, we have, I think it's because it's going to be a loss of precision. As F32, so that's like a bit of a risky operation, apparently. There is still a sharp line here. You can see it. I don't think it's doing what it should. The whole computer freezes when I close the app. So what does K do here? And what is X0? I mean, this doesn't make sense. Because the logistic blend here is, wait, what happened now? Now it froze. Hello. Okay, now it's back. That's weird. And now it's... What? What's going on? I'm not sure if I should blame Arch Linux or if it's my skill issue, like my lack of competence here, but... Okay. Something happened with Ghosty. Okay, let's kill it. P-kill Ghosty. Right, I just used this one then. Oh, there is still like a window here, but it's just dead. Yeah, you could potentially do that, what you're saying. But the problem is it has to be deterministic. And I'm not sure if that would be deterministic. It's frozen for running processes on Linux. I think I need to kill one that froze. Top. It keeps freezing the... Is it frozen in the... in OBS? Yeah, it is. So it is actually, it's not the screen. Top. Yeah, Ghosty. Okay, now it's gone. I think that was the culprit. OBS uses a lot of CPU. Yeah, so I was saying this doesn't make a lot of sense because if you're above, this is going to be 0, right? Below component. If it's below 0, no, it's not. Relative absolute. If it's above ground, though, wait. If you're below, the above component is going to be 0. So this doesn't make sense at all. That's why I could just do maybe it doesn't matter, but it feels like unnecessary computation. Yeah, the sequence is going to be the same if you use a random generator. But the problem is going to be, I think, I mean, I'm no expert here, but what I think is that the problem is going to be if you, let's say you explore the world, because you cannot generate the full thing at the same time. So you're going to have to like, yeah, separate it into chunks. And if you generate one chunk at a time as you walk around in the world, or like a few chunks at a time, and you have this randomness that is not based on noise, I think the order of your exploration is going to impact the order, like the sequence of inputs to the random number generator. And that's going to make the world non-deterministic. If you follow what I mean. No, I think this looks bloated. It doesn't feel right. We can try to use the chat. How do I open a new chat? L. Do you have any suggestions for math operations to use in the get density function to improve, to make the world look a bit more realistic? Keep it super simple and keep it super simple and and explain why this works, what it does. Like I'm a fifth grader. Okay, first layer of noise, second layer of noise. small details to make it look more natural. Ah, yeah, this is good. Should we really call this twice? Oh yeah, we do, because we have a new position in the noise map. Yeah, that's nice. This is the thing I was missing. I did this last time. In Godot, this was like the octaves or whatever that added details. Below ground, make it more solid. Wait, a little bumpiness. Make it smoother and more natural. Han H. I think this is like a hyperbolic tangent. These are the functions I recognize a bit more. Density minus equal smooth height. Oh yeah, that's how you can do it, of course. Height relative to ground, you can mess with that. And then just have this be the same. Some gentle waves to the surface. Position X. Wait. Those waves are gonna be in just one direction. I don't think that's gonna look good. Let's comment that out, but the rest I kind of like. Can't go round. I will show you right now what I'm making. So it's like a sandbox kind of experiment, or like a world. I'll show you. So clear this, cd. Yeah, I want to make like a procedurally generated world, and I'm trying to just learn Rust while doing it, and like the math and stuff underneath that is required to generate some interesting shapes. I'm not sure. Okay, I think what happened now is it actually froze again on my. So we can see in the output here that like the generation was pretty fast. It doesn't take, like, it adds like 1 millisecond per chunk. Still pretty good. But for some reason now it's like frozen. Let me try again. tabs. Hmm. Great demo. I'm really struggling with Linux today. Okay, looks good now. Hmm. Switching back to HDMI, seems like DisplayPort had the same issue. Is the cam lagging a bit? Looks like it. Now that's fixed, I think. Hmm. The screen needs to be updated. So Linux is fun, but it's also kind of a hobby thing, at least for me so far. There are just these things that are a bit annoying. Okay, now. All right. Let's try again. Shouldn't take this long. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But now the video input has stopped working. Oh my god. This operating system, I think I might disband, I might not disband it. Yeah, I might give up on it soon. At least for anything. I mean, yeah, it's very annoying when the drivers for devices just keep dying. Like the video dies, the monitor dies. Like an application just freezes like this. And I can't even kill it. Yeah, I mean, hey Valnek. I think the issue now is, I mean, it's more my operating system than anything else. I'm trying to use Arch Linux, uh, or yeah, Linux, but things are just. I mean, this is the Bevy app though that just has died. Yeah, and I can't even kill it. So what was it? Top? What will it be called? Will it? How can I search there? Oh, you do. How are you finding it? Do you have patience? Like, do you use it for everything? I'm finding it it is a bit fun, but yeah, just it's not very reliable. Things just my camera freezes a little now and then. The screen, like external monitors. Over 10 years. Okay, do you have any recommendations? Like, what do I. No, I don't think I have specific enough questions, by the way. It's not going to be useful. But do you need to do a lot of modifications yourself to make it actually work? Or what's the trick, high level? What if I kill the terminal? Will that do it? I don't know what it's called though. P-kill terminal. Hmm. Okay, it just works. That was my impression in the beginning. Uh, but now, yeah. Anyway, how can I like force kill these? Oh, yes. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. That should be, yeah, that did it. Nice. Welcome to my noob Linux stream. Right, then I want this to move to workspace. Okay, my camera froze again. That's great. Yeah, perfect frame to break at as well. There we go. I'm gonna try this. Oops. So do you also write stuff? Like, what do you program? You mentioned Bevy in your second message. Yeah. Not gonna be any. Oh. Oh yeah, this is my, of course, my grep call. Yep. Um, no, cursor has frozen. Is it? Okay, let me update the system. close. I mean, no. I use I3. Which I like. That's like one of the main selling points for me. I like the grid-based window manager. What do you use? Okay, GNOME 3. Never used it, but I think this is like the standard looking Linux interface, right? Uh, right, if there's such a thing. I really like the grid-based stuff, like with Arch. Like you don't have to use the mouse so much to move around. Mm, right, let's try again. No, it just... There must be some process messing up this. Okay, at this point, I might actually switch to my other OS. At least that will work. Because I don't feel like debugging today my operating system. I'll go into GitHub and merge some branches though. It's probably related, like the app is all of a sudden not starting and even the editor can't be started. Yeah, so other OS in this case would be Mac. I do have Windows on this machine as well though. Um, there's no like perfect OS at the moment, I think. They all have their pros and cons. So this actually improved chunk density generation time by 90x. That's what we achieved. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let me open it from the terminal. I'm just gonna merge this. So this is a huge improvement. It used to take 11 seconds to generate all the density values in the chunks. Now it takes 150 milliseconds. It's just like a 90 time improvement. And there were two things. The main improvement was actually like a pretty stupid thing. So I had here, I had the seed. I created a new Perlin instance with my seed every for every point in the world, and there are 500,000 points. That operation seemed to have taken 85 milliseconds, and um, the whole time it took for one material or like 1 point was 90. So that reduced it from from 90 to 5 milliseconds. Huge improvement. And then the final thing was using rayon for parallelism for to parallelize the filling of the chunks, and that reduced it to like almost 1 millisecond per chunk. So yeah, huge. That was really fun to work with. And like also just identifying that this was a choke point by printing some stuff out in the terminal. All right, squash and merge. 20 to main, right? Yeah. Cool. All right, yeah. And algebra. Yep. What is that emoji? I don't think maybe I can see it. It looks like a moon or like a half circle or something. Ah, it's the ice. For me, it looks like this. Yeah, what the hell? So like when you came in, yeah, what does that look like? It looks like a sun, but not. I guess that's not what you sent, right? But yeah, a good idea about trying to start from the terminal. Oops. Maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe I don't. Okay, let's try to solve that. Uh, how do I install a font with emoji support Arch Linux. I don't see UTF-8 emojis in my browser. I mean, this one I could see though, the lul emoji, but that's because it's a picture, right? Wait, emoji font, no. Okay, Noto fonts emoji. What is that? Oh, it's a Google Fonts. I just want to see them as like regular emojis. Like you do on... Oh, I don't see them now because I don't have support. All right, I'll try that. Noto fonts. Okay, and then how do I activate? All right. Yeah, this is not... Yeah. Uh, all right. Yeah, I'll try to restart the browser. That means closing my chat windows, but I'll do it. Oh, they came back. Great. Yeah, now I see the emojis. Oh, but now Brave has frozen. What the fuck? Yeah, I think Arch Linux is really good for practicing patience. Maybe that's not a fair uh, fair assessment, but that's what I feel. Um, so now I don't see the chats at all. Brave, why does it freeze? Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
A free emote on our channel? No, I'll send BPD. Wow, BPD buddies! That's rare. I feel like, or maybe not rare, but I definitely, it's more uncommon. I think.
Yeah. I'm at a loss what to do. Um, okay. Now I can see the chat on my phone at least. Hmm. I'll just try to reboot. I think I need to restart. I would like to continue, but it's like nothing is working now. Cursor cannot start, Brave cannot start, Ghosty cannot start, the game cannot start. I think this needs to be restarted. Yeah.